Today on the locker room, we're going to try to find something to talk about. No guests today. Let's do it.
Oh, that sucks.
Gee, thanks. All right.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker, and this is the Reseller Locker Room podcast. By the time you watch this, we're going to drop this video Wednesday evening before Thanksgiving. So we wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. But joining me, as always, is the Locker Room boys, Mr. Chris, dynamic intro, easy pickings in the house. You know I love you, brother. I'm just giving you a hard time. And then Alex, the beard king picker that he shaved his ass for this.
Chris, that was the best intro ever, though.
Yeah, it was great.
Ben made it a little bit better with this being Mr. Negative over there. Dang.
Well, you know, we got to shake it up.
His one
Well,
shot.
fellas, we are almost through the month of November, and I don't know about you, but Q4 has been a disappointment thus far. However, traditionally speaking, and then I've gathered this from other sources, watch the uptick in sales as soon as we get through Thanksgiving, and then the 3 weeks following, right after Thanksgiving, is prime time movement. History has shown that. Last year, I had a reminder come up, a memory thing come up on my Facebook that weekend of Black Friday last year, I had 32 sales. I don't remember what the dollar amount was. I didn't put it in the post, but I had a picture of 32 packages going out after that the big shopping weekend. But we're going to see what happens. I know it's been a disappointment for a lot of people here and there. What y'all think?
I'm averaging like 20 during the weekend right now. So average is usually 14, and so it's up a little bit to 20, 22 or something like that. And every day, I don't know, average like 5 sales a day. Kind of my average. But when I look at my 90 days, it's not as high as it was last year. But I was selling those Logan Pauls last year for like $200 a pop. So, you know, that's probably makes a difference too. So I might actually be making more this year because it's all books and I only have, 50 cents to $1 and everything I'm selling compared to $40 that I paid for each one of those Logan Pauls. So money wise, I'm probably making more, I think, right now than I was last year.
Yeah, for me, I don't really have a good comparison to last year. I mean, it's not fair to compare my numbers this year to last year because my effort hasn't been there, or my involvement in my store hasn't been there.
Yeah.
But I've noticed when I do list stuff, I'll sell stuff. I mean, like after I bought all that Department 56 stuff 2 weeks ago, I listed it all like that next couple of days. Like it was like 22 items, and I think so far 13 of those 22 items have sold. But
interesting point, Chris. This was one of the little things that I watched on YouTube before I come out here to record this with you guys. The Aussie Picker. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Not Mr. Octopus?
No.
Then I have
the
no idea.
Aussie Picker. He's been doing the business for about 4 years. Well, he put out a video today, and I watched it right before I come out here, and he put out 50 brutal lessons that he wished that he had known when he had started eBay. And I didn't get through all of them, but I fast forwarded to the one that I was super interested in. And that is, and this is from what he is saying, and he's a high volume seller. Don't list every day. That's a lesson that he put out there.
Why? I mean, what's his reason behind that?
Well,
I would disagree with that because
I say don't list the list every day, but if you need to list good stuff every day,
maybe it's because the more you list, and then eBay goes on its little vacations like it tends to do on us, you'll eventually have more listed than what you have sold, and then that throws your store sell-through rate off. He's got over 14,000 items in his store. So I'm thinking he's coming from that approach where he was listing like a fiend the first couple of years. And now he's got 14,000 items, but can you imagine what
his store model is way different than any three of ours, I imagine,
Well, he's in Australia, but I just found that interesting that he put that as a lesson point.
I don't think you want to list bullshit every day. You got to list good items.
Yeah,
but
it comes down to what you're listing.
Yeah, don't waste your time listing a bunch of junk because you'll end up like I'm not saying that's what his is, but I'm sure there's a lot of sellers out there that's got a lot of crap that ain't moved in a year, and they work themselves to the bone getting it all listed, and it's not even benefited anything. It's hurting your statistics in your store.
I probably have 100 DVDs that have been sitting that don't sell that I should take out and bundle them together, but I just don't get around to it. Like we were just talking backstage, I have hats that haven't really moved.
Well, Alex,
probably delist those.
I bought last year of 2020, I bought a DVD collection. There was like 1,200 DVDs. I was going to list them until I figured out there's no money in it. And I put them all together, took pictures, put them on Marketplace, and the buyer came along and bought every one of them. And he's a seller on eBay here locally. And I'm like, good, you can list your 99-cent DVDs, $1.99 if you want to. I don't want to do it.
I mean, you're gonna, stock like that. You have to lot it up. I mean, there's no way listing those individual things is going to be worth anyone's time.
Well, what I did do though, Chris, is I went through a bunch of those before I sold them off, and pulled out all the horror ones and sold them in lots.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did make some money doing it that way, but I'm like, God, that
was my plan for Halloween, and I never got around to it.
Oh yeah, they would have moved, man.
I know.
Next Halloween.
Next time, yeah.
But year. The same can be said too. I think where I've been a Hot Wheels collector forever, on and off. I've got tons of them, and I started listing them. And I think I was telling you, Alex, this. I got some 1999 treasure hunts, and for those of you that are not familiar with Hot Wheels, treasure hunts are model cars that are produced lower numbers than your main lines are. And they tend to have a special paint job and some more attention to detail on the car versus mainline cars. Anyway, so as I was sitting here doing my research on some of these treasure hunts that were in Protecto packs, I was noticing that there's a couple sellers on here on eBay that lists every one of those treasure hunts for $19.95 and free shipping, and they're in the sold comps. But mixed in between there is the same car, same condition in the pack for $8.99 plus shipping, which shipping is around $5 and some change. And I'm like, dude, you make more money jacking every car to $19.95 free shipping than you would setting a lower price point on that car and then charging shipping on top of it. So I did that. And 4 or 5 of those 1995s I've already sold. I mean, within a couple of days of listing.
Yeah, because those are catching the attention of people that are just searching for free shipping.
Yeah,
is what I'm thinking is what's going on there. So
it's interesting.
Lower price,
Hot Wheels.
plus free shipping.
It could be perceived value too. I mean,
it's perceived value. Well, that's another.
That's for treasure hunts. You're collecting them, and you might think, hey, that one for $19.95 has got to be better than that one for $11.95.
Yeah,
maybe. Like that test that I ran, bumping up all those $9.99 items and stuff to $19.99, and a lot of them sold. Not all of them, but a number of them did. I mean, it's that perceived value thing is my opinion.
I'm glad you brought that up, Chris, because that brings me to my other little experiment. And if you've watched my channel, Rocky Top Picker, the latest video that I put out a couple weeks ago, I talked about an experiment that I'm going to run where I'm going to go into my bulk editor, highlight my entire inventory, mark everything up 100%. Then I'm going to run a markdown sale of 50% and see how that works. Now, I got that whole idea from Casey, the Rockstar Flipper. He put that video out a couple weeks ago. You can watch it on YouTube. Well, I started this sale, this experiment last night. I went through my bulk editor, marked everything up 100%, went into my dashboard to advertising, done a markdown, but I went to 55% markdown. And so I'm running it from last night until late Monday night, because Monday is Cyber Monday, cyber shopping. And we're going to see how it goes. And for those of you that have been following me on my channel, I'm going to show you the results of that in a video next week of what that was able to produce for me doing that experiment.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see that.
Maybe I
And
missed it. I'm sorry, Alex. How many items did you do, Ben? Your whole store?
1,134. Everything.
Oh, wow, that's awesome, dude.
55% off. We'll see what happens. You know, I've already gotten low ball offers on top of the 55% off.
Of course. Yeah.
But
To be expected.
yeah, some I counter back, some don't. I don't answer at all.
So we'll at least get another Rocky Top video this year, huh?
You'll
Because
get
you came out of retirement to put out that video, and then we all three of us have videos out right now. Ben took like 2 months off, so
yeah.
Chris came back with the what sold video today, and
I full 5 minutes of full-fledged entertainment value coming to you from EZ.
Yeah.
That's right.
I put out a somewhat educational video, I guess.
Yeah,
close to educational it's going to get on my channel. So
yeah. So I'm really interested to see, you know, what that produces. I've got 3 sales for today that come from that already. So I mean, I'm going to have to start counting the sales that's happened today through next Monday, because it's all in this experiment here. So, but anyway, you know, jumping back to the Hot Wheels thing, it's fun to do those. Number one, I love Hot Wheels, but number two, they're so easy and quick to list. I mean, I can sit down and list about 20 in less than an hour. That's including listing and photos. Yeah. So, but you know,
how many treasure hunts you got from the 90s, Ben? You got a bunch? 20
or 30, probably more than that.
Is that big bulk buy you're looking at doing? Those or what's in there is the treasure hunts?
No, he said there's no treasure hunts in his collection that he knows of, which tells me he must be a new collector and got bored with it already. You know, because they're a little harder to identify nowadays, because you got to look for that stamp on the card behind the car.
Do you know what era of premiums that he has?
Yeah, they're fairly new ones. I saw pictures, but you know, the premiums are $497 or $397 at Walmart. So if I could get him down to $300,
yeah. And then,
I mean, at $400, I'm at $1 a car, including the 50 or 60 premiums.
Desirable ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of them. I told him, or I told you, Ben, just a lot of them together. So
I'll go look at it tomorrow.
You'll still be making money. Any plan, since we all have new videos out, and I know, Chris, it's been a while since you've done a what sold. Yeah. And obviously you don't want to continue. You've talked about it before, not doing what solds. I kind of want to talk about future plans for our channels. It may be new directions we're trying to go, because I've been thinking about that. I really want to change things up on my channel. I'm still putting out stuff from like when I had hair, like the last year, until I get through all my footage. I still have the 127, so I'm going to start doing yard selling content and
still setting up the new eBay space down here in the basement.
Yeah, from 2 houses ago. So I want to change it up. I'm going to try the resell or the yard selling content when I get to the 127, because I filmed every day and I only put out one video for half of the first day. So I'm going to see how that does and maybe move into doing yard selling content just for YouTube. You know, I don't really need to go sourcing at yard sales, but I might try it and see if my channel does a little bit better than doing just the what solds that I've been doing.
So we've done a few picking videos in the past.
Yeah, here and there. They're just not. It's not enough for like the algorithm to push it to the right people, because it's not consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally. So once I get to the 127, I'll probably get an idea if it starts growing or I get more views off those videos.
Right.
And then I'll decide to upgrade my GoPro after Q4 if I have the money to do so.
Yeah, I want to do more picking videos with my wife. You know, filming me, like doing the second person picking videos. Those seem to be doing pretty decent for me.
Mhm.
But I want to add like a haul and what solds in between. I don't want to just be all picking. You know, what solds I've never really done that much. I haven't had much success doing what sold videos in the past, but
Yeah.
you know, haven't been doing them that long either.
I'm just going to do rant videos. I'm going to find something that just lights my craw, and I'm going to let the video catch it all.
So you're going to put out like 3 videos per day because you're pissed all the time.
I mean,
Hey, man.
You're ranting about everything.
So, you know what? Some days I feel that way.
Rocky Top Rants. New channel.
Rocky Top Rants. Warning. If you're a highly sensitive person, do not watch this or listen to this content because I'm getting ready to piss you off. But yeah, man. Hey, you know what? You know, it's been great though. And this serious note, fellas, and for those of you that follow our channel and have subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, we invite you to do so. And that right there. But what a great time, fellas, that we've had here in the last 3 or 4 weeks with all these guests coming in and all these other resellers. And it's been fun, ain't it?
Absolutely.
Man, alive.
They're really good. We have to talk now. I mean, Mike talked the whole episode last time. So I'm trying to remember what I'm going to talk about here.
You know, we could have went another hour with Mike. We could have made that a 2-hour bit.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't get a chance to get to. And
well, we had good conversations after we stopped recording too. So
absolutely.
Yeah, what a great dude.
Yeah.
It's been fun with all the guests. You just never know what you're gonna get with everyone.
It's like a box of chocolates, boys. Assorted values.
Sometimes they have things you bite into and they squish and squirt in your mouth and they taste disgusting. And sometimes
okay, that's a little
amazing.
graphic. That's a little graphic there, bro. Oh my god!
That would
you never expect it.
You say that, and I'm wearing a cock on my head.
Yeah, and you went to the Glory Hole Rock, right? Is that what it's called?
Blowing rock.
And all you got was a stupid hat.
Chris, look at Chris. He's like, screw this, man. I ain't sitting in on that. Oh my gosh.
Did you give the? Never mind.
Yeah, let's not. That's not. Blowing Rock, North Carolina is an actual town. Yeah, it's on top of a mountain.
Chris.
He's popping a beer. I heard that. But yeah, so
what were we talking about? Candy, right?
I don't know what the hell we were talking about. It took a weird turn.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
All right, I got something. So I went to a book sale last week. I haven't probably been to a book sale in a couple of years. When I first got into reselling books, that was like one of my main deals was sourcing at book sales. So I was thinking probably adding. I did really well there. I was actually the only reseller there. So I did really, really well. You pay up more because I was paying like $2 per book on the hardback and $1 on paperback. But it just got me thinking to start looking around Tennessee of book sales coming up. So if there is anything you've done in the past that you'd revisit, like sourcing or something you never tried before, what would that be? Is there any like type ways of sourcing you used to do and got away from, and maybe you should revisit that? Like
buying storage units.
There you go. Maybe something to think about moving forward into next year. Just trying something that you used to do, because I don't know why I moved away from book sales. I mean, I killed it at the book sale, and I took that out of my business, which is probably a bad idea.
Well, talking about my scenario, I just says getting back into buying storage units.
Mm-hmm.
I got away from it because I had no space to store anything more.
Yeah.
So if I were to venture down that path again, what I would do is if I went to a storage auction, which they do in-person auctions still here where I'm at, a lot of them, they just do them online nowadays. So if I go to one, I'd have to get, the employee that's holding the auction and tell them, hey, you got an empty locker. Because if I buy one, I'm going to move this stuff into an empty one. And then I will have a locker expense until I get it all worked out of there.
Yeah.
And
Don't
that's
you have
kind of
like 48 hours to clear it out once you buy one?
You do, but if I was at an auction and I won a locker, I would, after the auction's over, I'd just immediately start shifting it over to the one that I've rented because I don't have space to bring it all in here. And so that's part of the reason why I got away from it is I didn't want a storage bill.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? Is there anything you've done or thought about doing that you haven't tried yet?
Well, actually, same as Ben, the storage unit thing is the first thing that came to mind when you said that. It's so much work though, and then I don't have the capacity to do it, but it would be cool to be more selective. Like we weren't going for small stuff. Like we were buying like whole units. We bought like 3 different units. We were buying like whole units, man, and it's so much damn work just to get back to even, dude.
Yeah. Well,
we didn't make the right buying decisions. Obviously, I know that there's different methods out there, and we didn't have all our methods in place when we were doing it.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that whole story, Chris, what you were just saying reminds me of a guest that we had, ATL. Remember ATL? That's their business. They get those storage units. He's the luckiest one that finds the greatest stuff in units that I've ever seen.
Skillful, because he looks like from what I remember, they did most of it was online purchases, right?
Yeah.
And
you can zoom in
that's
and
a skill set when you're doing it successfully, locker after locker after locker, right? I mean,
well, he was mostly looking for shoes because that's what he knew, so he could see a part of a shoe and know exactly what it was. So I'm saying you could be more selective if you got into like online auctions, not like the whole storage unit, just auctions. You know what I mean? Like I bought books on an auction, and you have the time to research it, so you can set how high you're willing to bid, where you're still going to make money, and be more selective and not have to buy all the junk, just what you want out of the storage units or whatever the auction, whatever.
I wonder what the average is. If you take these resellers that their whole point of sourcing is going to buy these storage units, on average, how much crap are they hauling to the dump? A lot. The worst thing to me is buying a unit that's got a freaking bed frame or mattresses in it, but 99% of them have that crap in there.
Yeah,
well, ATL, they would stay away from anything that had furniture. They would want the small ones. They would go for the small ones.
Yeah,
because they didn't want to deal with the big furniture because you're gonna have to dump all that. That's for people that own like a thrift store that have somewhere to sell it at.
Yeah,
Bearded Thrift Machine that they do quite a few units. I haven't watched them in a little bit, but they were doing quite a few storage units when I was watching them, a few months ago.
But even even the units that's got small boxes, tubs, stuff like that, it could have food,
roaches,
used houseware, crap. I mean, you just have to dump it because you can't list that stuff. It has no value.
Absolutely.
I mean,
you could eat the food though.
Well, I don't think I would.
Maybe there's a box of chocolates with surprises in it.
No. But I'll tell you, it's a crapshoot when you do these units, because truly and honestly, if everything's in boxes and tubs, unless it's marked on there, you can't really go by what's marked on a box either, because people could grab boxes from anywhere. But you're really just gambling is what you're doing. That's how I see it. Because you could hit it up big, or you could have everything in there ain't worth a crap, and you got to haul it to the dump.
Calculated risks.
Yep.
The more you buy, the better you get at spotting good ones. Just like everything else, right?
If I had the space, I would definitely try storage units. I just don't have the space, and it would only be me it would only be me moving it, so it wouldn't really work out.
Yeah.
But a book coming in 2025, I'm looking up all the book sales in Tennessee and try to hit up, the ones that have on the book sales. They'll say how many books they're going to have. So if it's over Like 1,000's probably not worth my time, but if it's like a 6,000,
What places they like go like to a convention center or something and have a book sale, or
So
it's
you
from
go
a bookstore or something, or what?
library sales.
That's
So
what I was going to say. Libraries.
Booksellfinder.com. You can search your city or your your state, and you can find all the library sales that are going to happen. And they usually start on Thursday. You got to pay money to get into a lot of them, but you get early access to go in if you pay the money up front, and you can go in there and scan them or research them or whatever.
So
We
that's where
had
you
one of
got all
them.
those Easton Press books. Sorry, Ben.
Well, yeah, that's why I just got 2 boxes of Easton Press. So
Yeah.
We had one of those book sales here back in the spring, and it was like $5 to get in. And I thought, I ain't paying $5 to go in there and just look at books.
all it.
I wouldn't have expected you to, Ben.
When I saw that sign $5, I was like, nope. See ya.
Well,
Went on to the yard sales.
I'm used to paying money, and sometimes it's like $20. But the books compared to what I'm getting at the bins and what I got at the library sale, the profit margins were way better at the library sale. There was really good books there.
It was worth
I
that
mean,
$5.
yeah, I didn't even pay anything. That was cool. This one was free to go in.
A good
So-
book to me is one that hasn't been read.
I know all the Easton Press that I got for $2 a book never even been opened. They're not
However,
cracked. The spine's not cracked or anything.
So are these like marked by the library, like property
Nope,
property
they're
of
not.
library stamps and all that crap?
No,
got
because
the Dewey Decimal label on them.
some came from the library and have that weird system that no one's ever heard of, and some are
What?
donated because
What? You didn't
Some-
learn that? You didn't learn the Dewey Decimal System in school?
we've already had this conversation on this channel before.
Holy
Of course,
crap.
I sell books for a living. Of course I know about that system.
I started to say, dude.
Obviously, you don't remember the podcast where you brought
No,
that
I
up.
don't. I don't.
I don't know what
Are
that
you
is.
kidding me? I mean, we're lucky to know each other's names at this point.
That's right,
But
John.
I have to retract what I said. A good book is one that hasn't been read. If it has a lot of pictures in it, then I'm down with it.
Ben likes pop-up books.
Yes, it's interactive.
I like those books that sell for big money.
Anything I got to sit there and put a lot of effort in to learn what it's saying, I don't want to fool with it.
Anyways, 2 weeks prior to this book sale, the community, they put out flyers for people to donate to the library sale. So a lot of them came from personal collections, the people that donated them.
Got it.
So that's probably where all those Easton Press came from, since I live in
awesome.
more of the higher end neighborhoods. It came from someone's personal collection. And
Well, does Western Press sell a lot of books?
I have no idea.
What's Weston Press?
Never heard of it.
Well, he was going on about Easton Press. Easton. I thought there's a Weston Press or a North Press or a South Press.
Never Eat Soggy Waffles Pressing. They sell a lot of books. Those are really good.
What?
Never Eat Soggy Waffles. North, south, east, and west.
Oh my God.
That's how I remember north, south, and east.
Is it segment time yet?
Y'all go on.
He threw me off. What the heck? I don't know what he was talking about. If there was like seriously a publishing company called that.
You kept saying Easton Press. I want to know if there's a Western Press and a Northern Press and a Southern Press.
Negative on that, Ben.
That's a big negatory.
Negative.
There might
Negative. Well, anyway, before I get a lot of hate comments, I don't hate books. It's just I can't sell them.
Yes, he does hate books.
Too late.
He doesn't understand the letters inside and how to sound out the words.
Yeah,
Like pop-up books.
I think I'd rather sell rolls of wallpaper. Those sell. I have sold some of those, by the way.
Rolls of wallpaper.
Yes,
Who still puts up wallpaper in their house? That's like
there's
It's
people that
coming
do.
back.
Yeah,
coming back.
It's coming
Yeah.
back.
You know what I want to come back is the carpet art. Like they used to have in some of the McDonald's. I would love to have a whole room of just carpet art.
like a yeah,
Shaggy
On the
carpet
wall.
and
on the wall,
macrame.
and then
Macrame stuff.
shaggy carpet that I have to rake inside my room. Like some 70s shag carpet, you know what I mean?
That's it.
Lay some 70s bush down on it. It'll look nice.
Oh,
Bush. Man, the innuendo coming out of this show. We apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Apologize.
That 70s bush.
Well, we can take that off air now. So for the sports fans, I got to get this in. The Vols are back in the playoffs for college football.
This is my cue to leave the locker room when we talk about sports.
And Alabama Crimson Tide, you're out of there. Love it. Sorry if any of y'all are Alabama fans.
Josh.
Hate your luck. But anyway, so I'm excited. We play Vanderbilt this Saturday in Nashville, which is known as Neyland Stadium West. And if we win that game, man, we got a shot to run for the national championship. We have a shot at it. But that concludes our section of sports talk. Thank you very much. Brought to you by Rocky Top Picker.
Rocky Top Rants.
Rocky Top Rants. All right. What else has been going on, Christopher?
Man, I think I'm more busy since I quit working than I was when I was working.
Busy doing reselling work or just
no?
Well, some reselling, but like,
what do you think the ratio?
Stores and just responsibilities. It's growing.
Go watch his new video, but the best part of the video is literally the clips after the whole reselling part. That freaking the first lowrider car, that's awesome.
Oh
and
yeah,
the drag races. Man,
so that was the thumbnail for my lowrider video, which is hitting like 5,000 views in a few days, or after it just being dropped a few days.
All right, I gotta look at that one.
Okay, so
my
Chris,
car show channel's doing really well.
So from 1% to 100%, what percentage of your time is used doing reselling through the week?
This week?
Yeah.
So Monday, Tuesday?
Well, let's just say since the last time we've done the show.
Not a lot, dude. A very minimal
20%, 10%?
Well,
5?
Last week I did 0. My store was on vacation mode all week. I had friends in town from Kansas, and I was like entertaining kind of.
Okay.
So, Peterson Museum. So I was doing YouTube more than anything. We went to Peterson Museum. I got like 3 videos at the Peterson Museum for my other channel. We went to the drag races. I got more footage from my other channel from the drag races.
It's all for the other
Arizona for a week. I mean, that's what I did. Honestly, I'll be straight with
you.
He recorded 3 podcasts for his car channel, his car podcast he started.
This is crazy. Let's just examine what you just said, Chris.
So in 28 days, my car channel got 9.4 thousand views with 3 videos dropped. I mean,
how much did you make off that?
Well, it's not monetized yet. I only got 59 subs.
This is just an
How much enjoyment did I get out of it, though?
What? Enjoyment don't pay the bills. But here's my point. And I'm not picking on you when I say this. I'm just talking about this for content because we're that poor, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, you were more productive in reselling when you had a job. So would it make sense that you need to go back to work so you can get productive again in your reselling business?
In theory.
In theory, yeah. I mean, I'm going off of you're going all over the place.
Angles at play going on. Okay, so
I mean, you're
primary source of income. So.
You're running around every day, going out here and getting ice cream cones and going to the drag races and playing in the park and picking your nose and changing oil in the 7 cars. You need to go back to work so you can be more productive in what we're doing here.
Well, I guess we'll see who had the best sale this week, huh?
Oh, so what is it? What have you put in your reselling business from Sunday till today? What percentage?
Well, I packed up 15 items or something like that. I don't have a percentage. I don't know. Not a lot.
He's not in shock. He's frozen.
I was waiting for a response.
He's completely frozen.
Ooh, we're back.
There he is.
You're back. What happened to you?
I don't know. We're not talking about packed items.
Percentage, I don't know, 15%.
Dude, you do you, man. What works for you, you go for it, bro.
It's working.
I just think it's funny, man. Honestly, I'm happy for you, dude. Seriously, I'm not knocking you at all. I'm just like, man, it must be nice.
It has been pretty nice, but yeah, there's been a lot of things I've been tending to that are off record. But
A lot of things you've been tittied to. Did you say tittied?
no, that's just what your
Tending.
brain's thinking. Tending.
He was
Oh, I thought you said
he
tittied.
was tending to the titties. What he said.
If only I was tending to titties,
Well,
I may
dude,
be happier than I am already.
oh,
I love.
don't say it.
All right,
Oh, my
are we
God.
getting time for segments or something?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, all right. So what percentage of your time have you spent on reselling this week, man?
From last show till now,
Okay, yeah.
well, with doing these Hot Wheels, I've been doing that every day. Probably about 65%. Yeah.
So then the other 45
is my business.
What else you got going on?
It's none you.
Gotcha.
What about you, Alex? You spend 8 hours a day at the bins every day. So
95% of every day is all about reselling.
yeah, dude. See, holy shit.
Putting out content or something, doing something all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you can't count making content as doing reselling because
It's all part of the synergy of my business, the long-term goal of it. So I would consider it.
I mean, if you want to boil it down to the most productive thing you can do, it's two things: sourcing and listing.
Yeah.
I
mean, I did the library sale and I went to the bins yesterday. I take Tuesdays off from the bins, and then I'm going back tomorrow, and then I'll be back Friday. And then I'm taking all next month off of, not all next month, but however long it takes me to list everything down here. So I'm going to be doing 20 a day until I run out of stuff to list, and then I'll start sourcing again. So right now I'm just doing 10 items a day, but I packed, I don't know how many items, 16 or something today. I have no idea.
There was another YouTube channel. I forget his name, but he's been doing eBay for years and years and years. I wish I could remember his name. Alex, what you said made me think of it. He says, do not source if you have a death pile. Go ahead and list what you've already got. Don't spend any more money. I mean, that's what he said. This is the stuff I'm watching.
That's logic. That's logic, right?
Yeah.
If you got shit to list right next to you, why the F are you going out buying more S?
Well, see, this is the dilemma I have about going and looking at this Hot Wheels collection tomorrow. I don't need to because I got like 10,000 of them that I need to get listed. But
yeah.
I mean, you don't want to pass up on a good deal at the same time, right?
Yeah.
But if you go the direction that we've been talking about your channel, then you would want to get those Hot Wheels for your business and content.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'll talk about this on this show or not. No, I'm not going to. But there's something that I want to do.
Are you going to talk about after the show?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's been a great episode. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. We'll see you guys next week.
Well, a lot of the channels that I don't have cable, guys. I have Roku, and when I watch TV, I'm watching YouTube. Something on YouTube, and most of the time it has nothing to do with reselling that I'm watching. And I'm just like, man, some of these channels I watch, they do daily vlogs, and it's just common everyday stuff. You're just watching and listening, and their views are skymendous. And I'm like, my gosh, dude.
The reselling niche is so small, dude, in YouTube.
It is.
Like compared to like my car channel. I mean, it's night and day, dude. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like just the amount of impressions that a video gets. I mean, I got videos with 200,000 impressions on the car channel. My average videos on my picking channel get like 3,000. I mean, it's that drastic.
I'm not getting big views like that with my new channel, but they're average with under 100 subscribers than the views I get on Beard King with, close to 700 subscribers.
Right.
Just because
Well, how mass tragic? I'm just asking the both of you. How massively tragic would it be, hypothetically, if I changed my channel to Rocky Top Adventures and being more of a vlog channel? And if there's some reselling that happens on an episode, fine. If there's not, it has something totally nothing to do with reselling. I don't want to start another channel.
Be an experiment.
Well, you're going to kill your channel. You're going to lose subscribers. So
I'll lose them anyway.
Well, I know, but you're going to have to expect that you're going to be losing subscribers because the resellers are slowly going to drop off if you're doing more daily vlog type of videos.
I say just do it, man.
But do whatever you're going to actually be motivated to film and edit.
I'm not saying that I'm going to do that. I'm just thinking out loud with the two of you.
I don't think it would hurt your. I mean, your videos.
Okay.
You've got some videos that pop off, and you got some videos that don't pop off. I mean,
okay.
You think
well, there's a lot of vlog channels, especially those content creators that live in Orlando, Florida, and they literally go to the Disney parks every day and they video their stuff there around the park. That's all they do. Every day they go to a different park. They focus one day on food, next day on rides, some of the new construction updates. And then there's a couple that lives not far from me that videos every time they go camping in a different campground in our area. And they are like explosively huge. And then there's another couple that go to Dollywood and do vlogs about Dollywood all the time. And they're massive. And one couple, that's all they do. They get all their income from their channel.
I don't know. So, doesn't mean it's gonna pop off for you though.
Well,
I have a vlog channel. It's like 600-700 subscribers, maybe less. I don't know. It's been like a year since I posted.
I'm just talking out loud and being observant of what other channels are doing. I'm not saying I'm going to do any of that. It's just interesting that how lucky can you be to make a living turning that camera on every day and go just video a common day, and 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of your day every day and make a living just from that.
When you start doing your daily vlogs, can you have a poop counter? Tell me.
Yeah, I'll have a poop counter. I'll have a guess my fart deal, and guess what mood I'm in today.
Guess what I'm eating again for dinner.
Like do videos on deer hunting and how to process your own deer meat. However, YouTube looks down on that kind of content. They don't really like that when you're skinning a deer and doing that kind of stuff.
Move to a squirrel. Maybe they'll accept that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Make some squirrel soup or some stew?
I think we need to meet the man who re-upped his membership, Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures. Take my camera out to meet some of our paid subscribers, video the adventures of the raft man and what he does there with the riverboat adventures. That would be an interesting video.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. And there's people who take cameras out to video their metal detecting on the beach every day, and they video their finds on the beach. I mean, all that kind of stuff is just, it's got a good hook to it, because not everybody can do what we're doing.
Metal detecting kind of sounds like yard selling content. I mean, you're just hunting for something. And hoping you find something?
Would you agree with that statement? Not everybody can do reselling. Would you agree with that? Would that be a fair statement? Not everybody can do this.
That's right.
Why?
Self-motivation.
Okay. And discipline.
Yeah.
Knowing how to handle your money, being educated on what you're buying.
You gotta have a good eye.
Yeah. I mean, obviously anybody can resell. Does everybody resell? No. I'm just wanting to spark some controversy in the comments.
Everyone can resell. This is easy.
Well, anybody that's ever had a yard sale is resold.
It's just if you want to
Or
put in the
resold.
time, you don't have to know anything, but you slowly get your education as you start reselling. You know, you learn things. You learn from your mistakes in any business. You buy the crappy stuff that doesn't sell, and then you learn what sells.
Yeah.
Or you find what you like to sell, and then you really learn about that product.
Okie dokie, Smoky.
Okie
Let's
dokie.
get to this. The sale of the week. Oops, I forgot our little slide. I'm slipping, fellas. Let's get to
and I
this.
can't get up.
Sale of the week. Do we have any? Oh, Chris is always the first one in. Here we go.
All right. So this is.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play anymore.
Okay.
All right. So this is a balance board. If you guys ever seen these, I paid $10 for it. But anyway, I had it listed for $99 and it sold. But I started looking at the transaction and I was like, man, the total is $215. Like, what the hell? So I looked at shipping, $107.
Good grief.
Well, I looked at where it was going. It was going to Hawaii to a P.O. box. So I'm like,
Good
oh,
grief.
shit. So I started looking at it. So first off, I just went ahead and packed it up the same way that I put the numbers in just to see what would happen. I packed it up. It wanted $138 to ship it ground advantage. Couldn't do UPS, couldn't do FedEx because it was a PO box in Hawaii. Would not let me. So I was like, okay, well, let me pull up Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship, it was still like $140 freaking dollars, dude, no matter what. I was like, man, let me try splitting this up. So I boxed them up separately, and I ended up only spending $50.47 on shipping by splitting them up.
Wow.
So,
You know, that was a
two labels. One label was $30, one was 20 and change.
That was a question in one of the Facebook reseller chats that I just saw the other day. Should sellers set up a policy where we don't ship to PO boxes?
I would have lost out on $100 profit on this one. So I say no.
Yeah, but you also got limited in your shipping capability because it was a PO.
Well, yeah, but I was able to overcome and conquer and not lose money.
Wow, Chris, you're getting real big in these words you're using.
I was picturing Rocky running up the steps, you know, and the Rocky music playing.
All right. Jeez. Okay, I tried to blow this up. Can you read it any better?
Yes.
Anika, Back to the Future. This is part of that vintage toy buy that I did. Marty McFly figure in the box, $25.95. Total of $36.36, and then $22.55 after all the stuff came out. Not bad. I've got 4 more of those figures still left to sell.
Cool. I sold Women and Rituals in Ancient Greece, $67.33 on Amazon.
No idea what you're talking about.
It's a book.
Okay.
Women's
Rituals?
It's Women and Rituals in Ancient Greece.
Oh, wow. Somebody needs an education on that, don't they?
Well, I sold another book, too, for like $55, a witchcraft book. Some interesting books this week.
Yeah. Well, that's something else. All right. How about this? How about we get to the find of the week? What do we got here, fellers?
I got 2 things.
Okay.
This Crawley book, it's going for like $109 right now on Amazon. So that I found that after I found this. I've been selling books probably like 5-6 years, and I've only found $1 inside of a book. But at the bins, I found a book with 2 $50 bills in it. So $100,
Nice.
and then so I got the $100 out of a book that wasn't worth anything, and then I pick up the next book that I scanned was this book. It's a $100 book.
Hell
Good
yeah,
grief,
that's
dude.
You can't ask for better than that. You found cash.
That's true, man.
It's funny because I've
That's
been
the end goal.
You hear people put money in books, but I've only found $1 and then two $50 bills in one book.
Those are old ones too.
Yeah.
I see one of those in a long time.
Who is this? Wolverine.
Yes. Does Wolverine
in-
have 4 claws or 3? Leave a
I
comment.
thought he
down
had
below.
4.
I don't remember.
Well, you have 4 fingers. I think it's 4, but this only has 3.
I think it's 3. I think he only had 3 claws.
Anyway, you put a battery in it and it makes sound effects. But this is in that vintage toy buy. You know, I've not been sourcing because I've got all this stuff sitting here. But yeah, what do you think of that, boys?
So Sunday I went out to breakfast
Wolverine.
with Mike, and we went to Old Town Torrance, and there was a swap meet going on down there. Well, it was actually an antique fair, but I found this Batman diecast
Just sold one.
and little diecast dude. I probably overpaid. I paid $10. I think it'll sell for 30, maybe.
Yep, mine sold for $35.95 with both Batman and Robin in it.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. It's more the cool factor than the valuable factor. It was in like perfect condition. So that was it. I picked up some red lines too from that same guy, actually.
All right. Let's jump around. One of y'all look for a comment because I've got to thank some individuals that we didn't do. Oh, how much is that for?
It's
he's
3
got
blades.
3. He's got 3. Okay, I stand corrected. Anyway, to our paid members, our MVP members, Mr. Mike Camparelli, which, by the way, he is breaking into the world of YouTube. Mr. Mike Camparelli, the ambassador to the Reseller Locker Room podcast. We'll let you know when that channel goes live so you can go over and support him. Keith from Vintage Sports Flips, he has a YouTube channel, and Rick in Maryland. Thanks to our MVP members. They pay a $4.99 a month membership, and they get access to the backstage footage. And then when we go on our grand adventures like 127, they get to see behind the scenes footage of the membership, and they get early viewing of the weekly shows. Next, we got our Skybox members, Wolfman Goodies, Chad's Over the Mountain in North Carolina, Trash to Cash Podcast, Flipping for Laughs, Mary McQueen, Good Water Pickers, and Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures has re-upped the membership. Thank you very much to our Skybox. They pay $9.99 a month. They get all kinds of the perks of which I just mentioned, and I'm going to be reformulating on what our memberships are going to receive in 2025, give you some more value for your buck. So stay tuned to this channel for that. If you would like to become a paid supporter of this weekly episode, we invite you to click that join link down below, and you can select what membership works best for you. All right, now we're going to get to one of the favorite segments. Let's talk about it. How about the viewer comment of the week? What do we got?
I got one that was cracking me up. All right, this is from Southern Vermont Vintage. Death Pile has me pissing myself, laughing my effing ass off.
That's all it says.
That's all it says. I was fucking laughing.
There's a good one from Strong Waving Faith. Love this podcast. Great team, great message. Thank you, Mike, for your service. We are blessed with your serving and protecting our country. And I vote for Mike to be on your podcast at least once a month. Great content. And of course, my favorite part, Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, popping in himself, saying he's been following him since 5,000 subscribers.
Wow. Back in the early days.
Yep.
Well, we want to thank everybody that leaves a comment to our shows. We go through and read those. Sometimes some of us are slower than others. We got to get caught up to a bunch, at least for me anyway. But we appreciate you leaving any kind of comment you would like. And your comment may be selected to be read on the next show. Go down below and leave us your thoughts about anything that we've talked about here in the locker room. Or if you just want to say, hey, how y'all doing? We want to hang out sometime. We're going to give you that opportunity next August of 2025 to join the Locker Room Live event. Ooh, by the way, that's a good name, Locker Room Live event. That's a little sneak peek in what I just leaked out right there. Locker Room Live event, maybe so. Mark it down in your calendars in August.
You're talking to us because this is the first time I've heard about this.
Yeah, this is the first time the fellows have heard about it because it just come to me. That's why I just now heard about it when I just said it.
Okay.
So anyway,
We all find out together when things are happening on this podcast.
yeah, yeah, it pops in the brain and it comes out here. We all find out about it. But anyway, what other business did we have to take care of here, gentlemen? Do we have anything else that we wanted to go over? Y'all want to share anything?
Oh, well, the comments, back to the comments. I mean, there was an
Yeah.
overwhelming love for Mike in the comments. So, thanks everybody that left comments and stuff. It was a really awesome show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could put a question out there, but anyway, yeah, we appreciate Mike taking the time to join us. It was a great bunch of fun, as well as all the guests that we've had over the last few months. Mike Camparelli, Jefferson Benz, the 1 Foot Flipper. And we got so many more that we're going to be fitting in before this year is over. And next episode of next week after Thanksgiving, we've got Primo Chemo going to be joining us right here in the locker room. He has his own channel on YouTube where it's a podcast style show. And it's not videos of what's sold or anything like that. It's him and his lovely wife do that show together, and he has lots of killer sound effects, which I'm jealous of. So maybe, boys, when we have him in here with us, he can use some of his sound effects. If
bring a soundboard.
Yeah, bring the soundboard. We'd appreciate that. And so anyway, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And I hope all of our viewers do the same with your friends and family in the weekend that's coming up. And we hope that you have great sales as we get into the busiest shopping season of the year. And hopefully we'll come back and join you again with lots of good sales to share with you. I'm just filling time here, boys. Y'all want to jump in?
I got a question for everyone. Turkey or ham? What is better? Leave a comment if you're a turkey person or a ham.
Hey, turkey or ham or pizza?
Or pizza for Thanksgiving.
And let us know if you're having your Thanksgiving dinner delivered by DoorDash or Uber Eats. Hey, man, that's the way to do it in my book. All right. My name's Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. Alex, Beard King Picker. Chris, Easy Pickings in the house with us. We wish you guys a Merry Thanksgiving. I was getting ready to say Merry Christmas. We can't wait to see you. We got an early drop on this video, but normally you can catch us every Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace be with you. Until next time, we're out.